Time signatures. 2-2 time, also known as cut time. Looks like common time with a dash through it. Okay. It appears like this. In 2-2 time, there are 2 beats in each measure, and the half note gets the beat. So I'm going to draw this. 2 half notes. I'd like you to do the same on your worksheet. Basically, this means there are 2 half notes in every single measure. It is often referred to as cut time. It may also be displayed as that. Okay? Just like 4-4 time is often referred to as common time, but without the slash through it. Here's going to be your key to help figure this out. Quarter note now gets half a beat. A half note now gets 1 beat. So you're going to take whatever it was worth and you're going to cut it in half. And that's why we call it cut time. A whole note, and so forth. Okay? All right. Down here at the bottom, that shouldn't say 6 beats. I don't get that. This should say 2 beats, guys. I want you to change that to 2 beats. Okay? Obviously, somebody made a boo-boo when they made this worksheet. Okay, clap the rhythm while counting out loud. Notice it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore. If you were doing 4-4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, let's say that the tempo, the speed of the music happens to be pretty fast. Well, there's really only one way to do it then. And oftentimes we see in a march style, you'll see a lot of 2-2 or cut time signatures. And here might be your tempo. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2, 1. Ba 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 ba. A lot of music has that cut time to it. So if you were to clap and count with me, 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2, 1. That's it. Go check next to number 1. Number 2, write the count below the notes and then clap the rhythm while counting out loud. So we already had cut time, same as 2-2 time. Don't get confused by that. This already told us that. So this would now be 1 and, not 1, 2. This would be beat 2. So halfway through a measure will always be 2. Next measure, that's right, looks just like the first. 1 and 2. Next measure. 1 and 2 and. 1, 2. And a conductor would actually conduct this in a 2-beat pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because if I tried to conduct it as a conductor in 4, and it was a really, really fast tempo, I probably couldn't keep up. And it would look ridiculous. So we use the cut time to help us with that. Clap and count with me. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Piece of cake. Number 3, write a 2-2 time signature after the clef. 2 on top for the upper half, 2 on the bottom for the lower half. Write the count below the notes and then clap the rhythm while counting out loud. 1 and 2 and. Next measure. 1, 2 and 1, 2, 1. This will carry, so I'm going to put a dash here. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2, 1. Clap and count with me. Ready and go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2, 1. And if you're subdividing and doing it right, it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and off. Piece of cake. So this is actually a lot easier than you think it is. Can you actually have 3 2-time signature? Of course you could. You would simply add a beat. There'd be 3 half notes in a measure. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and if you had 6 quarter notes. Number 4, a bass clef example. Write a 2-2 time signature after the clef sign. Okay, got it. Write in the count below the notes, draw the missing bar lines. Okay, well you have to know 1, 2, so there'll be 1 and, this would now be 2 and bar line. Basically, if you were in 4-4 time, you would just count. till it filled the measure. 1 and 2, bar line. 1 and 2 and bar line. And the last one should line up. 1 and 2. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this one on piano. And I just want you to scan with your finger or read along. Oh, lots of skips for Mr. Ostro. 1 and 2 and Ostro and go. 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. That's the very last measure. 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Piece of cake. Put a check next to number 4. Number 5. Write the counts below the notes and add the missing bar lines. So same exact thing, but now we have a treble clef example. 1 and 2 and add your bar line. Next measure, 1 and 2 and add your bar line. Next measure, 1 and 2, add your bar line. And last measure, 1, 2, not 1, 3, because it's cut time. Okay? Clap and count with me. 1, 2, and ready, and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1, 2. That's it. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, mi, do. That's it. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1, 2. And that's how you read cut time.